Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're a subscriber, thank you. If you haven't subscribed yet, you like my content, please go ahead and subscribe. I think you'll like what you see. So today I'm going to try once again to shock my well. Hey, good morning, Millie. I got lucky enough to get my well cap replaced this past Tuesday, just a few days ago, a couple days before Thanksgiving. My neighbor unfortunately had to have some well work done, and there was some guys working on it, and I asked them about replacing my well cap, and they gave me a break because I let them use my water to help flush my neighbor's pump out. The other company I tried contacting via online instead of calling, they never call me back, so it's their loss. But to shock the well, I'll have to turn off my inlet to my water softener and my reverse osmosis filtration system that's under my kitchen sink. I'm just gonna walk over here to my well where the pump is at, which is actually a submersible pump. But if you'll notice that, so they had to use their boom truck to hold up the well pump, and I was not aware that would have to happen because they have to come down through here and over to my well, and you can see it's a new well cap. There's no gap, and I actually have, well, there's a little bit of a gap, and here's the port that I will use to put down the chlorine bleach and then flush it. I have my bleach over here. I'll just take a funnel and run that down in there. And yes, I'm wearing a hoodie here in Florida. It's about 45 degrees out. We had a cold front move in Thanksgiving Day. It rained a little bit, which was good because we needed the rain. So for Florida, it's cold, but I'm alright. I just need the hoodie because it is a little windy out. So before I put chlorine down in the well, I do have a Culligan reverse osmosis setup, or RO, and what, luckily it has valves. This is on, that's off, so I'm going to turn that off. There's also a valve on the top of the holding tank that is on. I'm going to turn that off. That way I do not get chlorine in the filtration or the tank. You do not want chlorine to get in the filters. It will ruin them. After turning off the reverse osmosis system under my kitchen sink, I went ahead and turned off my hot water heater. That way it's not trying to heat up water still that I need to actually flush out. And this actually is a solar powered water heater, electric also, but that goes up to the roof, and there's actually a panel up on the roof that helps heat the water. So that's going to be a lot of water that's got to flow through. Alright, once again at the water softener. I think I mentioned last time you can actually back this all the way out. It does have a stopper on it, so I was wrong there, but I think if you turned hard enough you would break that, and that would not be good. So once again, put it in bypass. This water softener is different than others. Some have actual valves that you would have to turn on and off. Alright, that's done. Now that I found my funnel, I'm going to go ahead and put it down into this cap. And that is bleach, so you definitely don't want to be spilling it on your clothes. You just got to be careful when it splashes. You may want to put on safety glasses. You don't want to get in your eyes, that's for sure. Alright, pour these down here. I'm using 2 gallons. The well pump company guy said that'll be okay. I'll put their info down in the description of the video. They were good guys. They had all the equipment. They respond pretty quickly. So I'm definitely going to give them a shout out. Alright, now that that's down there, take the funnel out, just set it up here. Then what I have to do is take water and run it down in there for a little while. I'll have to run a hose. I could probably run it from there, but it's unfortunately the only hose I got is pretty long, so I don't want to have it all coiled up here. But I picked this up from the RV dealership when I got my camper last week, and has a hose attachment on there, and this actually fits right down in the port of the well cap, so it should work pretty good. I'll just hook the hose to that end, run some water down in there, and then wait a little while and run faucets to get chlorine out, and then let that sit. So I changed my mind, went ahead and hooked it up here right off the well. That way any of the chlorine and stuff can go right back down into that. This valve is already open. Hopefully this hose will stay down in there. Turn this valve on. Alright. And it's flowing, so now we just wait. So this has been running for about an hour, recirculating it, and it actually just had some discoloration, so I'm pretty sure that there's chlorine running through there. You see, it takes about an hour. So I'm going to turn that off at the valve, and then I have to go to my furthest faucet or spigot and run water out of there till I smell chlorine, and then do that to all the rest. And this is my furthest spigot. There is one down at the corner of the house, which I thought was a spigot, but forgot about this one. Oh yeah, look at that. Hasn't been turned on. The one thing I noticed is when the bleach starts coming out, it's fading now, but it actually gets cloudy. You can smell it too, but that's definitely one way to tell. So before you run your chlorine through your faucets, especially in the kitchen, you probably want to take out the aerator, and you can see this one's already got discoloration from the iron bacteria. I don't know how it'll show up on the camera, but there's actually little particles in there, so I'm gonna have to replace this. I'm trying to remember where I got it from, because this particular faucet has an odd size aerator. They measure them in millimeters, and the threads. Also, you would need a special tool. You can see the little ridges on there, maybe. And this tool, the teeth fit inside of the ridges of the aerator. So again, you want to take that out before you run your chlorine through there, and then either replace it or put it back once you finish flushing out your lines inside the house. So I ran all the faucets and spigots outside, got chlorine out of those. Ran my shower, bathroom sink, and kitchen sink, got chlorine out of those. The only thing left would be the washing machine, and what I'll have to do when I'm done shocking the well and flushing out the rest of the lines after about 12 hours of the chlorine sitting in the system, is I will have to run the washing machine 2 or 3 times to get the chlorine out of there. You definitely don't want to wash your clothes with chlorine in your water unless you want to bleach your clothes or you're washing your whites, but just run a couple cycles empty on it to get the chlorine out of that. And we'll do that once the 12 hours has run its course and I've flushed out all the other lines. Alright, it is the next morning after shocking the well, so it's actually been close to 21 hours instead of 12. It was been too late last night to try to run all the spigots outside, so I'm going to get ready to flush out the lines, get the chlorine out from outside, and then go to the inside and try that. So with these spigots running, I can definitely smell chlorine coming out. I have 3 more in the back of the house and the backyard to open up. I don't know how long it'll take, but at least it's done. I don't know how long it'll take, but at least the flushing will be done. Now you can start to see, maybe, there's definitely some iron and iron bacteria coming out of the lines right now. Alright, so I got all the chlorine flushed out of the lines outside the house. Now I need to go inside and get those flushed out. So I have all the faucets inside running with hot and cold water, so I can get any kind of chlorine that may be in the water heater out. And with my washing machine, I am running a tub clean cycle. It takes about an hour and a half, and I figure with the chlorine that's in the water that'll come out, that can help with the tub cleaning. After that, I'll just use the speed wash. I'll run that a couple of times because it only takes 15 minutes each time. Okay, I'm going to chalk that up as a DIY success on chlorinating and shocking my well to get rid of the iron bacteria. I have already cleared all the lines outside and inside of chlorine, even the washing machine. I have turned the power back on to my water heater. I have turned the valves back on for my reverse osmosis filters under the kitchen sink, and I have taken my water softener out of bypass. And I can tell the iron bacteria is gone for now. The smell, like the sulfur smell, is gone. The water does not feel slimy. It's always been clear, but if you put something in a pot or a pan, you can kind of see particles, floating on top of the water. So that's gone now too. That's great. I have ordered another aerator for my kitchen sink. Should be here tomorrow or Monday, and that's a wrap. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like the video, please comment, share. If you want to subscribe to the channel, please do so. I would appreciate that. And y'all have a good day. Thank you.